Hey, listeners. Today's episode is brought to you by Kind Bar. Kind is deeply committed to crafting food with real, recognizable ingredients, a disruptive notion that sparked the creation of a new, healthy snacking category. Kind is unapologetic in their efforts to challenge the status quo, to shift the food industry, and empower the community and our listeners to make better, more informed choices about their health. Kindness can be a transformative force for good, and that is why we are teaming up with Kind to bring our listeners 10% off or 15% off for military, teachers, students, first responders, doctors, and nurses. Go to podgo.co/kind. That's podgo.co/kind. Kind Bar, creating a kinder and healthier world. One act, one snack at a time. Welcome back to the Bar Talk Podcast. I am Andy, your host, and I am here with, I'm going to start with the guest, Chef Nardone from Mayflower Brewery.
Hello.
Jordan Javits, Speedwell. Carl Heine of the New World Tavern.
Hello, everybody.
And Dan Mahoney of Stats in South Boston.
What's up?
Happy New Year, guys. This is the first show of the new year.
Happy New Year.
Since we're totally not recording this in December.
COVID's gone.
It's like 2 days away. It's fine.
Yeah, everything's back to normal. It's crazy how everybody knows that it's the end of 2020 and everything just gets reset. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's great. We're back to zero. Everyone's fine.
Everything's open. Throw your masks
Does
away.
anyone have any New Year's resolutions?
No.
I'm doing
Are you
dry
speaking
January.
for yourself or for everybody?
Everybody.
All right.
Nobody ever does New Year's resolutions.
I
No.
do.
Who does?
I do dry January. So
dumb.
Dryuary. Yeah, whatever. There's a funner way to say that, and I can't do it. Yeah,
Is that like the no shave November when nobody really noticed you didn't shave?
Yeah. Exactly. Just like nobody really notices I'm actually drinking.
His dry January is just with
So that was one of the things that we were talking about at the beer cell the other day. Do you think people are going to do dry January, or do you think people are going to be so miserable that they're like, fuck it?
No,
keep
I don't.
drinking?
I don't think most people will. The thing is, I think I'm on another level right now, so I just need to put myself in check and dry out a little bit, as you can see. But
So it's more intervention January?
yeah, sort of. I'm roping in a couple of my staff members that I've dragged into the depths of hell with me over the last 2 months too, so they're gonna dry out with me. But yeah, it's something to hit the reset button real quick and gear up for the new year and prepare for the next
I give him less
shitstorm.
than 10 days.
Less than 10
I
days?
think 10
When's
days
the
is
next
fair.
podcast? Yeah, I think when this podcast comes out, he'll be drinking.
Yeah.
So in all fairness, too, well, I'm already cheating. I'm starting January 4th because I work the kitchen on Sundays with Rye, and that's January 3rd, and that's going to be after January 2nd, which I'm going to be recovering from January 1st, which I'm going to be recovering from New Year's Eve. So I'm giving myself 4 days to really just fucking pop and lock. And then the 4th, I already told my wife, so that's when my mouth signed the check, my ass has the cash now. So I told her I was doing it. She's giving up sugar for January. I'm giving up booze. And then my kitchen manager, Seahorse, former employee, Matt Audette, and then my brother are all in on it. So I can't be the weak link. I got to do it now. You tell enough people, then you have to do it.
See, I did the no drinking thing last February because I'm like, shortest month. Come on.
Yeah,
Easy.
that's what I used to do. And then leap year happened. I'm like, how about I just cut off the first 4 days of January?
Well, see, January is my birthday month, so I'm like, I'm going to be shit-faced the whole time. So.
Yo, good call.
But then
31 days in
I
this
think I
blackout.
lasted 15 days, and it wasn't like, I have to have a beer. I just sat down somewhere and ordered a beer out of reflex. And that, to me, that's the hardest thing is you have to consciously be, no, I'm not drinking. No, I'm not drinking.
You know what's messed up is if you really think about it, the fact that we're picking the shortest month and trimming things off, I think the problems are a little bit deeper.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
When you're thinking about what month you're actually going to do it.
I don't think so.
Maybe you shouldn't be putting a cap on it. Maybe you should just stop
shut
for
up,
good.
Jordan.
No, I'm right there with you. I'm not judging. I'm judging myself.
My wife says nobody likes me when I'm not drinking.
It's true. I get the
She
same.
said nobody likes me when I'm drinking, but yeah,
They like you less.
they like me less when I'm not drinking.
I think she likes that you stay out drinking and you're not home, so she's trying to keep you on
He
the
goes
bottle.
to bed a little earlier too.
Yeah.
The more you talk, Jordan, it sounds less of resolution and more of a request from everyone else in your life.
Yeah, I think everybody's starting to get a little concerned. You sure you're okay? But yeah.
What about you, Jeff?
What?
Any resolutions? Yeah.
Do more podcasts.
Okay,
Oh,
we can probably make
yeah.
that happen.
Are you
Yeah.
gonna start your own?
No
Because
kidding. I don't want to do more podcasts.
my guess is
I
you
don't-
won't be invited back. So
I do need to drop some pounds, but that goes along with beer, and then
some.
I battle that. But
Once Mayflower puts a seltzer out, dude, let's go.
rock and roll.
Right.
What you didn't hear was a fist bump. So
That was a fist bump there.
We can
Fish can add that.
Yeah.
like a kung fu punch.
Did you make it like a Chuck Norris karate chop? Like something like wicked tough? Thanks, dude.
The old '60s Batman.
Do you know, something that I just realized? Dan was a guest on the show and has just like
Never left.
taken up permanent.
Yeah.
but he was a guest with Jeff.
I was just
Jeff
thinking
on.
that.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, this is like a 2-year
And we played
reunion show
Buffalo,
almost.
right?
We played Buffalo. We should play Buffalo again.
Yeah, I'm down for playing Buffalo.
You guys remember the rules?
Nope.
So if you get caught drinking with your right hand by somebody else and they call Buffalo on you, you have to finish the beverage that's
I
in
thought
front
you
of
weren't drinking.
No, that
No,
starts
it-
January 4th.
Huh.
No, this starts just this episode while we're recording. And maybe we'll carry it up because we're going to record 2 today. Let's play Buffalo. So you can only drink with your left hand.
I got to move my drink.
Yeah, I'm not playing your stupid games.
Carl will come up with the weirdest bar games of all time. The simplest one where you could merely just have to use your left hand to drink, he will not do. Oh no, let's throw this dart. All right, stand in front of the dartboard. All right, close your left eye, all right, and hop on one foot. And I'm going to throw this dart at you backwards. And if you catch it, then we all order half shots of Guinness. All right, awesome.
That was fun.
That was a good time. I miss the BBC.
Just go open the doors. No one will know.
I know. It's not the same without you there, Dan, but you know.
It's much, much better.
I can tell.
For our listeners who don't know, BBC's the smallest bar in the world.
Yeah, probably close. Yeah.
Two people could hold hands and touch both walls.
it's
Yeah.
cozy.
It's
Besides my
very
office
cozy.
at Speedwell, yeah.
It's very cozy.
probably
and
the same size.
Definitely
Yeah.
not COVID friendly.
Oldest bar, still running bar in Plymouth, right? Isn't it? Well, no, it's been different businesses,
yeah,
but I don't think they've ever renovated.
Yeah,
I can attest to that.
Rye Tavern was a tavern on Old Sandwich Road. Now it's a tavern again.
Right.
That could be the oldest one.
There you go.
All right,
I'm a townie. I'm not a townie. I'm just pretending to be one now.
you guys up for some questions?
Sure.
Yeah, let's get with the
You're
questions.
too long for a town.
Somebody
years.
shut Jordan up and let's get with the questions.
All right.
Having fun, man. Relax.
Yeah, knock it off.
Listen, I wrote my own questions for this episode, so I know
All
Jeff
right,
is going to
let's,
be here.
let's do some questions. Well, these are
And I
Dan.
feel like during
these are Dan.
Jordan's drinking game, these are the perfect questions because they don't.
I just realized I was holding with my left hand. Thank God.
These are questions. These are written in from Dan Manhoney. I had to get your last name wrong. So
Carl, you're going to hate every single one of these. It's going to be the best. I wrote these with you in mind. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So we've seen Baby Yoda and Old Man Yoda. Will we ever see awkward preteen Yoda? And what would
I
it
am-
be like?
think he probably looks something like Carl.
All right. I mean, maybe. He does age differently.
Yeah, right?
Just as tall.
Just as tall.
All right.
Yeah,
All right. I
right.
see where this is going.
Yeah.
I say yes because
And first of all, his name is Ragu.
Grogu.
Grogu.
Ragu. I don't watch The Mandalorian, so I'm gonna.
What? How do you not watch The Mandalorian?
I don't have fucking time to watch The Mandalorian.
he'll have his own show.
I
by
got a
the end of the
2-year-old.
year.
yeah.
Who? Grogu or Jordan?
Grogu.
With Jordan.
Yeah.
The Adventures of Grogu.
Featuring Jordan Shabbat.
That's right.
I've watched a couple episodes.
Oh, now his story changes.
It didn't hook me.
I gotta say, I was really disappointed with the replacement effects on Luke Skywalker's face. I thought they were terrible.
I mean, what do you want them to do? Give him a rubber mask?
It's a show, for Christ's sake.
No.
I think the
It's not
Sebastian
real life.
Stan as young Luke would be good though. That seemed like they were talking about.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
no,
they're
I
gonna
just
do, like,
like
a
they
spin-off.
did.
I'm sorry, what does that have to do with the industry?
I don't know.
None of these questions do. I will tell you that right
I think
now.
everybody needs a break
This is-
from talking about
this
the
is the
industry.
bar
This
talk
might
holiday
be-
party, right?
Yeah, this is bar talk. We're talking in a bar about
How many
shit
questions
that
do you
doesn't
have?
matter.
This many?
Jesus.
It sounds like this is annoying you, so please, Dan.
There you go.
Carl's
hate
annoyed
every
that it
single
has
one of these.
everything to do with
This is Dan's secret New Year's resolution.
To get Carl to walk out at 10 minutes into an episode.
How far can you push?
Quick, get him a Snickers.
All right, so to go with the holiday theme, what is the cheesiest holiday tradition that you love?
Oh, that you love?
I'm the worst. I'm not even gonna answer that. 'cause
Holiday
I'm such a
tradition.
Scrooge.
Yeah,
That I love.
All right, I have one.
let's hear
A
it.
personal one,
Yeah.
and it's kind of cheesy.
Well, the question is that you love, not what does the world love. So
Okay,
this
that
is
I love.
personal
So
answers.
my brother and I are cheap as fuck, and we've agreed over the last 10 years that we were not gonna buy each other presents. So about 10 years now. We would just go to a bar and we'd each order our drink, and then we'd switch them. So I'd grab
Right.
his drink, he'd grab mine. I'd go, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Like we bought each other a drink, and then like it started like we knew we were ordering what we knew each other were gonna drink to be like nice about it, and then it turned into what's the most fucked up thing we can order for each other. So we even got to do it this year, which was nice. We went to a bar down in Mattapoisett and was able to do it, and we were kind to each other. So we just ordered shots, but yeah, that's a tradition Ryan and I've always done. We buy each other a drink once. For
So
Christmas.
what's the worst thing you got him and the worst thing he's got you?
It's a really good question. When I was, I want to say the worst one. So the thing I cannot drink no matter what is any like cream-based liquor. Bailey's mainly is the one that I had a bad time on it, and that was my thing I can't recover from. I think I've told this story on this podcast, so I won't do it again. So he ordered me like an espresso martini with that, and that was the worst one. You think like it'd be something more like
He could have
gross.
got you a cement mixer. And
I
ruined
was
your whole
thinking
life,
of cement,
right?
but yeah,
That's what you were going.
that's the thing. Like we kind of always made it understood that had to be drinkable. You know what I mean? It can't be lime juice and cream. You know what
What
I
kind
mean?
of brothers are you?
So wait. So
Pain
he
and
got
misery.
himself
Come on.
You can drink
a girly creamy martini
Yeah,
so that you would have to drink it.
yeah.
And that's the worst drink that you could get?
For me, Bailey's. Yeah, anything with Bailey's in it. Anything that has that like not just Bailey's. Anything that has that like.
I'll go
alcohol
out drinking with him and
cloying-
I'll get the girly drinks from him.
I know. You were sitting at Speedwell the other day doing that. You were with Jen. It was cool.
Oh, I was with her?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. We can talk about that.
Christmas Day. But that's our tradition. So
Carl, Jeff.
Cheesy. That's the hard
I'll-
part.
my
because I
example
love
is-
that's the hard part for me because I love the holidays.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite times of year, and I love everything about them. So I would say when you're thinking cheesy, I spent a lot of times belting out Bing Crosby Christmas tunes in the house this week. So
Let's go.
That
yeah,
works.
top
I like
notch,
sometimes-
singing to the kids,
Even when
really obnoxious, and they started singing along. So we were Christmas caroling in the house. So whatever, that's kind of cheesy, but
I like
I
that.
love it. I
Yeah.
love the old stuff. The older the better too, for some reason.
What about you, Carl, when you dress up as Krampus? And
No, he runs
put
around.
kids in a
and-
sack.
He runs around and steals Christmas from the Who's.
the New Balances is a great tradition.
Well, let me see it. Look at those.
Those are
These
sharp.
are white, shiny and white. baby.
That is the coolest fucking. I was sitting. Carl came to
Socks,
visit me.
underwears, and
Yep.
sneakers. That's what I get.
I
every
get
year.
loaded
He came
down
to
with
visit me at
underwear.
Speedwell the other day, and I'm on my computer, and we're all pouting about COVID and shit. And then all of a sudden, I just had a realization that I was the first time I had seen him since Christmas, and I jumped in the air, which was like 10 feet. I'm like, wait, your sneakers, they're new. That's right. He gets one pair a year.
They glow in the dark. I was just following them down the hall.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
For another like,
Exquisite.
2 weeks until you ruin them in the kitchen.
I know it. Oh.
God. Yeah, that's a great one.
But yeah, that's a tradition.
Yeah, Andy? Anything?
I don't know if I have a Christmas tradition that. I have a, I have
Think
a-
of something you do
All right,
the
well-
same every year on
Well,
Christmas.
I did.
True.
Well, it's not on Christmas. It's December 5th. And,
That doesn't count. Next question.
well, shut up. I didn't interrupt your
Shut up.
stupid sneaker story. So,
It wasn't even my story. Jordan told me.
I know I did. I'm sorry.
on December 5th, 17 years ago, my father passed away. And every year on that day, I want his memory to be a positive thing. So every year I send out a text message to people who are important to me and say I love you and hoist a drink and toast my old man. And then normally I do a toast of Southern Comfort, which I fucking hate, but he loved it. And that's what I do every year.
And by the way, I did get that text this year. Did
I did
anybody
too.
else?
Thank you. I did. I
I
did.
didn't get shit.
You no, I got that text.
You don't even read your text messages.
He can't.
That
Look
was
at his phone.
that was an admit that he didn't send it.
That's a great tradition. I said that's a great tradition.
Thank you.
Cheers.
So, cheers to my old man.
Salute.
Cheers.
Carl, you don't get the cheers for making fun of it. So there you go.
Fine.
All right, next question. You got to Save the Dance documentary about you. What time period would it be?
What's
You
the
have a-
Save the Dance?
The Michael Jordan thing that came out?
Oh.
The Last Dance.
I have,
The Last Dance,
I have
sorry.
no idea
Oh, yeah.
what that is.
I'm like, it was Julia Stiles walking
What
through
was
that
the question?
door?
If you had a Last Dance documentary about your life, what time period would it be in?
Wouldn't it be about your life?
Be in my late 60s.
Well, no, the Michael Jordan one was about the championship run in the end
Yeah.
of his career.
Oh, okay. I had
Listen,
no
you should
idea.
stay up to date on.
First of all,
issues
it's
here, right?
basketball.
It's a cultural
Is it?
thing.
So it's made to maybe look awesome, right?
Yeah, you can direct it. I don't care.
It would probably start in 2009 when I started at Rosalie Ale House as a young, enthusiastic beer nerd / bartender, and then fucking
Drop
worked.
Glory Days in the back, right?
Yeah,
Sorry,
And
not to be a
then-
producer or anything. but-
worked my way up to manager in a year, and then worked my way up to being a restaurant owner. It would end probably with me opening up Speedwell in like 13, and then like 14, the first time the restaurant was like.
Would the
full.
last scene be you sleeping on the floor?
I was
after
just gonna
opening?
say that. No. That's the struggle scene. That's like when I went to go to like play baseball for like a season for some reason. Like it's just me struggling, like sleeping on the floor with Martelli in my office,
When
like on a wine
you
box.
didn't have a gambling problem.
Exactly. But then like the redemption in 2014, when like we hit our stride, would be like the way it ended. I think that'd be rad.
Carl's would be like,
No
no
one
one
would watch it.
bright-eyed, bushy-tailed L Knife employees. Like,
No, mine's going to be
take this world by the horns.
Coca-Cola?
Weymouth High.
Mine would be in my prime, in my early to late 60s.
Okay.
It's like glory days.
Next week.
Like glory days.
Well, all right, we'll ask you again
That was
next
5
week.
years ago.
We'll get the film crew ready.
years ago. What are you talking about?
They got to be coming soon.
Is Inebriate's film going to be ready for that?
Sure, yeah.
You guys would be awesome with the how you start at like TGI Fridays. You know
I was
what I
going
mean?
to say, I feel like
as a
my
social
glory
group.
days would be like a 5-minute movie.
No, I don't think so at all. Because you
I
guys
didn't
are,
fuck up
gift.
at all.
More like a commercial.
Gift.
I know
My
you're not doing like the
documentary
mug paintings and live drawings and shit anymore, but the podcasts are all taken off, and like you guys fucking started
we
as
had,
a social group.
We had what?
I don't
3
know.
listeners last time?
Andy
4?
used to have a mullet, which is crazy.
I didn't have a mullet. It was full
Fish
on
had an
blonde hair.
afro.
That thing was pretty mullety.
Still does.
Did you have an afro?
It's not what you know, guys. It's how you present.
I would totally watch the Inebriate documentary.
Go
That'd
ahead.
be rad.
One more question.
I have so many more than
Carl's
one.
so I love it, dude.
We're only on the
take
third
your
one.
time. I am watching Carl like
Take your time. Let's go.
fidgeting.
Carl, this one's for you. How
You're like
many,
a kid in a class that needs to go to the bathroom, and the teacher won't acknowledge that he's raising his hand.
how many blocks do you think you'd make it on Cash Cab?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Like, would
21
you
blocks.
make 21? How long's your car rate?
And
You
I
should
would
be
hit. I would every question I would hit, and then we would do a video double.
Yep.
And I'd lose it all.
Who would you shout out? Because don't you get like that lifeline thing where you can roll down the window
Yeah.
and would you yell to a homeless guy asking for money?
No.
Bet him his shoes.
No, I don't. No.
Listen, you gotta look at their shoes. They got nice ones. They're not real.
If they're wearing white New Balances, might not be
Well,
someone
why
you want to
have to be
ask.
a homeless guy? Why
I'm
can't
just-
it be some good-looking chick
Well,
that
I
wants
mean-
to talk to me?
Well, let's be honest.
You're gonna find a
You
homeless
ruined it
guy
by
first.
saying wants to talk to you.
Because a good-looking chick's just gonna keep walking, brother.
I tell you,
Hey, baby, we'll be
That's a
back
great
to
question.
pick you up later.
Want to get in my cab with all these bright lights? They'll think they're on a different show, Carl.
my
You
dream.
wanna talk into my microphone?
Oh my god.
My,
Now
This question didn't go how you thought, Jordan.
my dream with Cash Cab is that me and Fish are in Boston. We get in there like, this is Cash Cab, and we'll like take us to Orlando. We crush that.
That's a big flaw in the whole thing.
I wouldn't
But
even
don't
get in. I'd be like, this friggin' weirdo people.
these people were like pre-screened and shit, right? Because you have to sign like
It's
a
how-
release
yeah, of course
and all
it is,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
They film
yeah,
it 14
yeah.
times before it gets on the air.
Right. Do you now? I always see it like sometimes like couples are getting in there together. Like if I was with my wife.
And they're always happy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
because they're getting in Cash Cab.
What if
If
you
I
were
was
like,
in there with
Worst
Young,
case
I think I
scenario,
would
they
crush
get a
it.
free cab ride, right?
Imagine just being in a rush too. You're like, oh fuck, I don't have time to answer these questions.
Yeah, right. Sometimes you watch them and like there's a vibe. Like the dude's like, I don't want anything to do with this. Like
Guys on the phone, like trying to close a deal.
Right,
The guy's asking questions.
How come when you phone a friend, right, you get to make a phone call, the other guy always picks up?
Yeah.
Nobody
That's
ever picks
another
up my
one.
phone
Yeah.
calls.
No,
Are you suggesting it's edited?
it's gonna be like
Not only
text
do
a
they
friend
pick
now.
up, they
Just
pick
saying.
up and they don't go, what's wrong?
this went from a really fun question to us just destroying Cash Cab.
By the way, the worst case.
Oh, it's a great show.
The worst case scenario actually is you get the first question wrong and you have to walk the 40 blocks.
Hail another cab. And
I'm in a rush.
Like it just took you a half
Sorry,
hour
you
to
gotta
get
get
a
out.
cab, and now
Right.
you're well. Also, who takes cabs anymore?
It's true.
Like-
I don't think you're allowed. Are you even allowed to right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You are? Okay.
Yeah.
You have to wear a mask like the whole time.
Yeah.
You
I think
have to
they
wear a
duct
mask.
tape
You have to
your
wear a
face shut and all
mask,
that.
and
Mask
they
cab.
have to drive with the windows down.
Yep.
So in New England, it's cool.
Cash cab, another casualty of COVID.
they have bulletproof
Yeah.
glass. in the
How does their
units.
roof light up like that? The ceiling of the cab. That's why.
As if you don't have that in your car.
No, he doesn't. He needs to get it. That's
You know
why.
what I do is I just tape a bunch of old Simons up there.
For our listeners, Simon is an old game.
It's not that old.
It's pretty old.
on that. All right, Kyle, this one's for you too. If you have one power up from Super Mario, which one would you use?
Mushrooms. Give me all the mushrooms.
Excuse me. He said the question was
Sorry,
for me.
I just really like mushrooms.
Yeah, if I don't start with Kyle, he'll never get an answer, and Jordan will just keep going for 3 hours. So
I'm trying to stretch it out so he gets annoyed.
I like the money square where you just keep on hitting your head against it and the coins come
all
out.
right, yeah. You don't think you get a concussion from that too quick? though?
No, soft underneath.
It's actually a lot like going in a restaurant.
Excuse
You just
me,
keep hitting
my
your head up
question.
against the
Yeah.
wall
My
until you make
question,
money.
okay?
Yeah.
I thought you answered it.
What about you,
Turn
Jeff?
off his mic.
I'm embarrassed to admit I don't know what the power ups are.
You mean
In Super Mario?
Yeah.
Like
Sorry.
you can't throw fireballs or eat a mushroom and grow twice your size or
I'll take the mushrooms.
yeah, me too.
There we go. I mean, I'm not even going to ask Andy.
What about the
because he
raccoon?
I was going to say Tanuki Mario because
Is that what it's called?
No, it's the other one when you turn into like the full body raccoon. You can turn into a stone statue, so no one can fucking talk to you.
Is Mario?
Doesn't the raccoon you can fly or something, which
Yeah, you
made
can
no
fly
fucking
too.
sense?
Yeah,
I'm
Tanuki.
confusing Mario and Sonic. Sorry.
It's all good.
Ooh, Supersonic's bad.
You can have a Sonic one too if you want.
See, I'm
That was the
confusing it with
spinning
duck hunt.
Yeah,
guy there. Right?
Duck hunt. Just want to shoot shit.
Yeah. Kyle's just shooting the dog that's laughing at him.
I used to just press the fucking like gun up against the screen and cheat, like just you know.
We'll go to Jeff on this one. Outside of this podcast, if you could have a podcast, what would you want it to be on?
What would the content be?
What would it be
Carl's
about?
new favorite word.
Just not dragging it out. It would probably be sports related.
Okay.
I would guess.
Any sport in particular? British soccer, so you'd have
I knew it.
2 American listeners.
I could
and
probably do.
57
I could
worldwide.
probably do a soccer podcast with other.
We call it
experts.
football over here in the UK.
No, you don't. So
in the UK.
See how serious Jeff just got? When you talk about soccer, his whole tone changes.
That's why I knew I could rope him into.
No,
again,
you don't.
again, the match is on right now. Can we put it on? So I might be.
I thought you were
taping
fucking
this
around
match.
when you said that at first.
No, I'm taping it. Don't worry.
Oh,
about
all right.
You got a
think I would
VCR?
it. Yes.
Jeff's got one of his
I
kids
do.
standing in front of the
Carl
TV
was the
recording
only
it.
person that had a
So how many times you go someplace and somebody just blurts out the score of like Chelsea
I'm not
versus Man
crazy.
U?
Yeah, I'm not crazy about it like Patriots and stuff like that, where you try to avoid the TV because you're just building up DVR time to get through halftime and all the commercials. Like you do that, and then you try to avoid the score and stuff like that. So I'm not that crazy.
Is it really a thing? Like, who the hell even knows what the score is? No offense, but
Well,
Wait, what?
when you follow things on these newfangled phones, they give you alerts.
Oh, well, sure. Okay, yeah,
So
yeah.
whatever you follow will give you alerts.
They are newfangled. You can shut the alerts off.
I made the mistake of clicking on cricket at one point because we were trying to think of some tournament to do at BBC.
Oh, yeah.
And I get cricket alerts that I can't get rid of. Google, they're like, we got one.
I'll show you how to do it. It's push notification.
Well, those alerts I know how to get rid of, the ones I don't want my wife to see. But
That's called web history, Jeff.
No Pornhub did updates like that. Push notifications. It's a new definition for push
Carl?
notification.
Podcast would I have?
Outside of this one, what would you want to do since you came up with this one? So
Yeah, I really don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Can I think for a minute?
Oh yeah,
Jesus.
we'll come back to you.
All right.
Jordan?
When I have an idea, I'll
Baseball
just blurt it out.
all day.
I knew that's why. I
Yeah,
went to you
me and
last.
Ryan have talked about
Yeah,
doing
but
a
it's been
baseball
done to
podcast.
death.
Yeah, but it's fun. I like listening to them. There's not enough out there that are actually good. Section 10, represent, starting 9.
There's not enough. I mean, other than this one.
Other than this
All right.
one, I said, well, I was talking
Yeah.
about baseball podcasts. If you
Oh,
were
sorry.
listening.
I wasn't.
He's not-
I was distracted by the
He's mad
producer.
when people don't listen to his questions.
Sox Prospects podcast.
I just don't get to,
Fish listens
you
as
know,
well.
Talk to any.
Shout out Ian Kundle. But yeah, that's me. Baseball. Easy.
Ian Kundle, does he play for
Andy
Fulham?
Can you
Fish,
guys
do you
stop
have, like,
scout?
other podcasts you wanna try?
I have
Soccer
like
name.
40
We're gonna have to get that
ideas,
deleted out
so I
again.
can't really
You can't tell us?
discuss them because Fish would stab me in the face if I decided to do it on their podcast.
I'd want to do a Celtics one.
Yeah, I would
Or
listen to you on a
basketball.
Celtics one.
Just listen to me yell.
They don't have those anymore?
There's
Celtics or-
I've
There's a
listened to a
couple,
couple, but not
okay.
that great.
Yeah, Corrales has got a good one.
See, I used to like his.
Is it has fallen off? I
And
haven't
since
listened
like
in
they
a while.
split up with the other couple of guys, it's not that great anymore.
You, Rye, and Pete Burgess would crush, or Dave Cotter maybe would crush
Yeah.
a nice Celtics podcast.
Do you know what would be good? Would be a good podcast, in my opinion. It would be you and fans watching a game and then cutting it up, and then that's the podcast. It's just watching a game.
They do
and
that.
The reactions during the game.
Yep.
Like the Mystery Science Theater 2000 or whatever, where they're sitting watching the movie and making
Yeah,
fun of
yeah,
the
yeah.
movie. Like that kind of podcast during a game. See, now that would be funny.
It just
Yeah,
could-
Barstool does that.
Yeah,
but
they
those,
do.
Yeah, the
those who
Yankees,
are
Red
watching the
Sox
games
games
aren't
and
going to
stuff.
listen to your little comments because they want to watch the game.
No, but
No,
but
you'd be
you-
surprised.
I want to listen to
but you-
Dan. That's my point. I
it
want to
wouldn't
listen to
be-
Dan watch a game.
Yeah.
And
Right, even while they do Barstool Live.
Yeah.
Where they have
Oh,
like
okay.
the chief Yankee writer for Barstool and like the main Red Sox guy, Jack Carabas, and like they watch a game side by side together on the couch, so they're busting each other's chops and like
So-
and you can kind of everybody's, let's be honest, when you're watching a game, no matter what the game is, you're down on your phone every 2 seconds too. We all are. It's just habit. So people will have their live stream going on their phone and they're watching the game, but they're also watching the reaction of these two guys pretty much go at each other. It's pretty fun.
Now, I
Yeah,
know
be
what I'm
honest.
about to say has nothing to do with bars and is kind of off topic for this particular podcast.
This whole podcast is off topic. So.
But apparently there's a new law being proposed because there's copyright content. Got it, Carl?
That was pretty good.
That is being reused and streamed. So, like, if you're playing Halo,
Yeah.
Halo's got a copyright, but you're using it to stream and make money. Apparently, there's like a big push.
You can do podcasts to make money?
Yeah. You
One day, Carl.
You need listeners, Carl. So, tell your mom to listen twice.
Stop trying to
Gotta explain what a podcast is first.
Yeah, but so apparently that's like
It's
a
true.
thing because there's tons of reaction videos and they're all using, copyrighted content. So I'm curious to see what happens with that.
One of my favorite Twitter follows, because like I said, obviously I'm a big baseball guy, was Rob Friedman, aka the Pitching Ninja, and he would post GIFs, like short clip videos of the nastiest pitches of the day during the baseball season. And he was just doing it on his own, and it was driving so much like content for MLB, and they were getting younger viewers because they've been struggling with that for years. And then MLB shut them down because they're like, you don't have permission to use this content.
And I think that's
They've
crazy.
always been bad
Yeah.
with that. Like you can't put any clips on from MLB like that.
This is a feel-good story, so luckily, like after a month of people like writing them emails and shit saying, "What the fuck? Why did you shut down the Pitching Ninja?" Like that is the best possible thing. You make us buy MLB TV to watch games across the country. You make us do this. All we want to see is like the nastiest pitches of the day. They hired him. They hired Rob Friedman.
no
So
shit.
now he has a license from MLB.
Look
He's
at
making money through
baseball
them.
trying to fix
Yeah.
their sport.
Finally, dude. But yeah, Pitching Ninja is a great example. So hopefully we see more of that. Maybe where like these video game
I think
guys
it's
and
super
stuff-
short-sighted because like if you watch someone playing Halo and the guy's entertaining you, like that game looks like fun. You can tell how often I play video games when I'm referring to Halo, which
Yeah.
is like 30 years
Where we
old.
did talk about
And just like, yeah, I
came
get
out
it.
like the day after Super Mario. You know, we were already talking about Super Mario.
But I mean,
Yeah,
Pong,
Pong's
sure.
real, dude.
I was sick at Pong. Really good.
Have a pong on.
Really
Believe
good.
him.
We should have a pong off.
Yeah.
That doesn't. Yeah, no, thank you.
Next question.
Next question.
Andy, we'll go with you first.
Okay.
If you could have entrance music, what would it be?
Oh, that's a good one.
I would have Eye of the Tiger.
Great answer.
Wow,
Yeah,
I love
I thought it was
how
gonna be that
Carl
song you were
like
singing
like
outside
jumps
BBC.
all over Jordan
18,
when you
26,
interrupt. But like that was my question.
That's his shtick.
yeah. Can you come back to me?
Jeff? Dan.
This is a hard one. I've actually, someone asked me this question a few years ago, and I've still been thinking about what my entrance song would be.
It's really tough.
It's a hard one because you want to nail it, right?
Yep.
It's got to be upbeat.
And you want it to be
song,
something
not
unique
outfit, right?
to you.
You can, I mean,
You
you
know,
can
you-
throw a
you
bonus
want it to be something
question in
unique
there with
to you.
outfit too.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be like super hiney.
I got mine.
All right, Jordan, go.
Running with the Devil by Van Halen.
Okay.
Do you know what? Best Christmas present for me, I celebrate Christmas. I don't know if we can say Christmas and holidays. It's a public broadcast, so.
I'm gonna say way worse shit later. So don't worry.
My wife bought me Van Halen #1
Hell yeah.
a record, and immediately got up and put it on in the morning and cranked it, and it's Eruption. That song gets me fired up. The intro and the whole guitar and everything. It was one of the first songs I remember listening to, and then as that record went on, I realized I didn't play a lot of video games as kids, but I certainly memorized lyrics to songs because I knew every word to that entire album. It was great, but
Fuck yeah.
Running with the Devil is awesome.
Dude, just the like the
Yeah.
dude. Like I feel like a professional wrestler. I could walk down to the ring to that fucking song, you know?
Yeah, all right.
Great question.
Good one.
You're
Thank you.
crushing this.
It is
Dan.
good.
Andy, did you come up with one yet?
I think so, but
He's
now
going through his
I'm
iTunes right now.
I'm really bad with song title names, so I gotta like look up.
If
What?
you don't know the name of the song, that's not
Just
the
sing it
song
for
you're
us.
walking down. Yeah, just sing it.
He's fucking on
don't-
YouTube right now trying to look
I
up
literally am. It's called
hit songs.
It's called Knife Man by the Bronx.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, good
No.
one. Next question.
Next question. Jeff, I got this one for you.
All right.
Why is it so hard to drink 8 glasses of water a day, but we can drink 10 beers in an hour? For those that know, you should.
Well, the easy answer is water doesn't taste as good as beer.
True.
That's the easy answer. You don't want to.
Yeah,
I got an answer.
let's hear it.
Alcohol is a diuretic, so you pee more while you drink alcohol instead of water, and you can't physically keep 8
What
cups of
the
water
hell
in your
does that
stomach.
have to do with
And
anything?
you knew you were going to get a science answer out of someone at this table. So.
There you go.
I also feel like the
So is
Breaking the seal is
Dandelions, but I don't eat
scientifically
10 of
proven.
those in an
I feel
hour.
like by the third beer you are less paying attention and you want to drink more. You know?
Yeah.
That's why when you go out for a beer it's at least 3.
I had to throw science in it and ruin it. Sorry.
No, I like it.
I expected a science answer. I thought it was Jeff. He's worked in the medical field for a minute.
True.
I've worked in beer just as long.
Yeah, that's why I went by the medical fields. All right, so this one you're going to have to think about, Carl.
All right, hold on. Go ahead.
You got your thinking cap on?
Yep.
Oh, I'm going to go to the bathroom so I won't interrupt you.
Oh, okay. You have to be here for this one too, so I'll go to the next question if you need to go. If you weren't in the restaurant business, what would you be doing?
I'd be rich.
Profession. Doing what?
I was here for that.
I wouldn't do anything.
No, just,
No, that was
just
your
like I
job,
would
be
have
rich.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bartending at Speedwell.
I mean, out of the industry altogether, like
Yeah.
beer industry,
Yep.
everything.
Everything.
What would I be doing?
Yeah.
You'd be in jail because the way you treat people, if you did it without
First of all,
if you did it without owning a restaurant and they wanted to buy beer from you, you would probably either be beat up or in a jail. That's all. That's my guess.
No, it's because people don't get it. First of all, no, I'd probably be a corrections officer.
Okay. So you can.
So I
hit
was
people
right.
legally?
So he could treat people poorly and they couldn't do nothing about it.
He's like, I do that.
Let's go. I'm gonna fucking sell.
Like that or the pounds. That's Carl's dream jobs. Something with cages. Or cage dancer.
No, my dream job would still be in the industry, but it wouldn't be in New England.
Okay. Where would it be?
It would be down on the island somewhere. I don't know, Hawaii maybe, maybe the Caribbean.
Doing what?
Oh, a little tiki hut,
Like Tom
kinda,
Cruise
yep.
and cocktail?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Jeff?
I think I'd be coaching or teaching.
Okay.
I enjoy that.
Serving
What subject
girly
would
drinks
you
all day long.
teach him?
Little
Would
umbrella
I
coach.
teach what? Well, I'm not very smart, so I should probably coach.
And I've had some
I
teachers.
feel
that
like
aren't
Jeff
either,
looks
so-
like
Yeah.
I feel like Jeff looks like a history teacher.
I am. No. No, I get schooled by my family all the time. No, it would be either soccer or golf. But I've coached a lot of soccer. It's fun. I know Carl's coached as well, and most parents do. You jump on board. You want to spend time with your kids, but I really like it actually, and I know a lot of people don't. So it just doesn't pay any money. So you'd have to be rich
Yep.
to do it. Right?
Like Carl.
See,
or
it's
just
rich.
be willing to give everything up. And
Or you
I
had to
am
be like,
not.
well, I'll be rich and you can coach my soccer team. Would you pay
I wouldn't
him?
coach your team. I would still
call it-
have a choice about what team I coach.
what would you
I
name your
wouldn't
soccer
have to
team,
coach.
Carl?
I don't know, like Heine United? I don't know. What would you name it? Heine U?
Maybe.
Andy? I know you're
I'm
not
not.
in the bar industry, but you're close enough drinking one every day.
I don't drink in one every day.
I know it's
Since
COVID.
Honestly, I feel like I'm headed to my dream job now, like working in Art full time and making content and hanging out with
Content.
friends and Carl. And
Hang out with people that are mean to me.
So the question was, if you weren't doing what you do now,
well, if I wasn't working in the industry,
Yeah, but we'll mold
right,
it
so-
for you. So if
all
you
right.
if you do a
something
podcast,
else.
you can't say I want to do podcasts. That's
All right.
cheating.
well, what's wrong with cheating? Make it sound like it's a bad thing.
Sounds like you want to
doing?
cheat.
I'd be a bankrupt.
Well, I think I would. I think I would work in the art world somewhere, like
Gallery.
illustration, or I don't feel like I have enough time anymore to do that sort of thing. But
I could be a stripper. That looks like fun.
I said
You could.
That's,
A male
there's-
stripper.
There's
Good.
cages
You
involved in that too.
You don't have
Yeah.
to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no stipulation on making money. You can do whatever you want.
I didn't say what did you do successfully. What about you, Jordan?
If it was to make money, probably marketing. If it was to do what I love, it'd be wiffle ball.
Is that a profession?
I don't fucking care. Don't have to make money.
That's
I
true.
just play backyard wiffle ball and
true.
call it my job. If my wife would sign off on it, that's
you,
good
you
enough
could
for
start
me.
the wiffle ball league, and I'm sure.
For him, Ryan.
It was in the works,
WBL.
and then this stupid virus happened. I was working on it.
had nothing to do with your procrastination.
No, nothing to do with my alcohol problem or procrastination at all. None.
Dan, what about you?
I'd be an Instagram influencer,
You're not already?
not professional.
No, his dog is.
So you just get paid to like
we know who the
post
real
and,
writer
like-
is.
Yeah.
We know
Check
who the
out
real
this
writer is
beer
behind
can.
Snarls.
So like somebody that like that Ryan kid that opens up, like that little kid that opens up toys and like
Oh,
shit
that'd
like
be
that,
the
like,
best fucking
But you
job.
could do it with like sneakers. Like
Yeah.
you could do it like
I
fucking.
tried, no one cared.
Yeah.
I didn't even care.
You didn't.
That could be why it didn't work, Dan.
I'd subscribe, but I know you. So,
Yeah, be the pity subscribe. All right, this is the one that's going to make you think, Kyle. If you had to open a musically themed restaurant, what genre would it be? And I need at least one dish you would serve. And I will give you examples that I came down with. Mine would be a 90s hip hop restaurant. I would have the notorious BLT, Heavy D and the Po' Boys, and LL Cool Filet.
dude, that's not fair. You got to
Not
like,
even close
study.
to fair.
I feel like you did come up with all the
Googled that shit.
questions.
I would do lounge music,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
Like dick cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, Richard Cheese. Yeah,
It's Richard,
You know-
by the way.
The
Way more fun to say.
the blue tux in the corner,
Yeah.
be like 4 people watching,
Yep.
2 hookers, 1 drunk guy, and
Just a cloud of cigarette smoke
yeah,
everywhere.
yeah. So you have the same dream.
Yep.
Are you a
It's called
cummerbund
Montreal.
guy?
I beg your
Are
pardon?
you a cummerbund guy?
Oh yeah.
That's the only way you don't
Folds
see
up
his
to
belly
catch the
button.
crumbs. You know what I mean? I'd have to think about the dishes we'd have.
Something with cheese. Everything with cheese in it.
Yeah.
Have,
It's a Richard Cheese themed place.
I mean, we can go around and come back to everyone's dish. So. Jordan's Googling food puns right now.
I am. It would just be all puns. It would be just a restaurant based on puns. No, I don't know. That's a tough one, man. Like a themed restaurant,
Musically themed.
musically
fries.
themed.
Yeah.
What genre?
Yep.
I would probably do like something lame, like indie rock, kind of like dive bar style, and
Yep.
just like serve shitty food. I don't know. I wish I had something clever, but I off the cuff
Taking
right
back
now.
ice cream sundaes.
Dude, come on. The fuck, you're like lined up for this. You're locked and loaded. I never even liked that band, and I love it. Oh my god,
Don't have to like it.
that is
Yeah.
great.
I'd probably go something Grateful Dead because all those fans are older and they have enough money to buy expensive items.
Plus,
So,
the ticket times would be forever.
I'm
'cause-
kidding. That's not, that's not, yeah.
Can you imagine just getting the order from one table? It takes you 40 minutes.
and they're all going to be hungry.
It's all going to be the same thing, too.
And as
Same
far as
item,
naming a
different
dish, I
menus.
would probably hire Dan to do it.
Yeah, obviously.
So Dan, could you?
I don't know enough about Grateful Dead stuff.
Running with the deviled eggs.
There you go. See?
I'm coming around now. Van Halen theme.
Okay. I'm a kid of the early 90s, so it'd have to be grunge themed.
Okay.
And I'd work. See, the pun thing is hard off the top of your head, but it'd probably be like Stone Templed Pizza or something.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Not bad. I was like sitting on Soundgarden.
I'd have to like work. I'd have to like workshop it a little bit because I don't love that. But
The cranberries chicken salad. There you go.
yeah.
How about this for a grunge flex? Chris Cornell singing "Patience" from Guns N' Roses.
And then you could sell street corn.
Oh, dude.
I heard that on the radio yesterday. I had not heard it.
Have you ever heard his Billie Jean
Cornell
cover?
beefs.
Yes.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yes.
So stupid.
Figured you'd like that.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever finished a game of Monopoly all the way through without cheating?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But do you do side deals too?
I clearly didn't play video games as we established earlier.
Yeah.
So I had Pong and Monopoly.
How long did it take?
Too long.
Yeah. Is it like a multiple
3 or 4
day thing? Like
hours,
we'll
right?
come back tomorrow?
Yeah.
Everyone
I
count their money?
believe the game didn't really end the way it should have, actually. It
flipped the
ended
board.
with my brother and I fighting.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. That's how
I feel
every
like that's an
Monopoly
end.
game ends.
Every single time, because someone was hiding 500s underneath.
Same answer as Jeff.
Yeah.
100%.
Slid-
bank. You always
slid
wanna
the
be the banker, you
boardwalk
get that
card
extra,
underneath, and then you pop it out and
Did you do like the
steal
free?
someone's hotel and move it to yours.
Did you do like the free parking like side bet thing where like all the penalties go into that and you can win the yeah, that was the best way.
Any
This
way,
is- but-
any way to amp up the bet.
But this-
Yeah.
I got like obsessed with Monopoly a while ago. The interesting thing is people complain about it being too long, but that's why it's too long. You're
Right.
infusing money back into the game. If you play by the rules, it's not nearly as long.
Right.
It's just too much like real life. You can't afford everything, and then
I'm out of money. Hotel, dude.
It is very depressing. It's a very depressing game.
or you're a gangster and you just walk away and you're like, oh, back to my allowance.
That's a great game. I do like Monopoly, but I think I've
You're
finished
right.
the game
It
twice.
is like real life
You have
because
your
once
own
all the
Monopoly
properties
piece,
are bought,
so-
the best thing to do is
I've
just stay in
never
jail.
finished a game.
Yes, that's right. That's right. That's right. Monopoly, they've tried to change over the years, having kids. You've probably seen the changes too, Carl. Your kids are a little bit older. And the changes have been horrible, every single one of them. They've tried to make it more interesting or hip or creative, and every version of Monopoly now sucks other than the old version.
Simpsons version's fun. I don't know. I'm a big Simpsons fan, so
Yeah, there you go.
But it's the same game. It's
Yeah.
just different.
The interesting thing is like the game was made to kind of highlight how bad capitalism can be.
Right.
It was
But
it's a
that's
mockery,
when
yeah.
you win is when you're the soul crushing asshole that like bankrupts all your friends.
It really translates to the real world, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's how you, those other
Jeff
guys at the
Bezos.
top of the economy, they've completed games of Monopoly the right way. So.
It's true. Well, the right way.
Is
Subjective.
that it for the questions? Or do,
No, I got one more.
I was gonna
So
say, do
you-
we actually get like a bar question in this one?
These are all bar related. These are what you say.
I feel like these are like,
Literally bar talk.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Fish is going to say, welcome to the podcast. Click. Thank you for coming.
Yeah. This is gonna be another lost episode. All right, so this is my last question, and I found this on the internet, so I can't take credit for it. This aliens have officially landed on Earth. Who is the one person you would send to represent humankind to meet them? Anyone?
Oh, I already got an answer.
All right, go for it.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yes. Oh, fuck.
Nah,
I
was
want
thinking-
your answer.
That's a great answer.
I was thinking Ragu there, the little baby Yoda.
Grogu, yeah, puppet. You want to send a puppet to meet
he's
them?
not real.
He's
These
also
are the
he's,
aliens.
he's not from here though.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
All right.
He lives in LA, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I would send that guy from the Tiger King there.
Guy,
He came from there. Might as well send him back.
sweet talked America, so I might not.
Elon Musk would be great too. Someone that's
You think
really
so?
outside of the box. Yeah, I think so.
I think
Not as good as Neil deGrasse
I think
Tyson.
he's kind of
That's the
fucking
answer.
crazy.
That's a hard no from Fish.
No, yeah,
He
Elon
gave you a
Musk.
side glance.
I think he's.
Bill Nye.
I think Neil deGrasse and Elon Musk is one of those people who are so outside of the box thinking that they're not realistic.
Right.
So you kind of like that eccentric, crazy.
But because of that, he might be more able to communicate with something that we've never experienced before. So, like,
Maybe.
if you have somebody that's so got their teeth sunk in too much into how humankind acts,
but I want someone to represent us on our best footing.
then Neil deGrasse Tyson's the way to go. I love that
Jeff
answer.
Goldblum. He's already done it. I mean,
He's already done
Yeah.
it.
Well,
Yeah,
I think
but he
he's from
blew
there.
him up, Jeff.
Yeah.
Will Smith.
You're obsessed with the fat lady.
I mean, you're all wrong. It's someone from the Wu-Tang, but
No, you
Come
can't
on.
do that.
You
RZA, maybe.
just sent the most boringest people in the world to talk to. Like, they're
Would.
like, we're out of here. You
It's
guys
been
have
a
nothing
long year, Dan. We don't need another cataclysmic event. So let's send the safest.
The
I think Neil
Wu-Tang
deGrasse Tyson's the
Clan
way
is
to go.
well,
be-
the question to elaborate: do we want them to stay or do we want them to go? Because if we want them to go, we could just send Carl.
like, oh, we've already been here.
Let's go.
Move it along.
What are you doing? You're supposed to be here 4 minutes ago.
Take us to your leader. I'm not doing that. What do you guys want?
Listen, if you're not going to eat, you got to go.
I gotta go. We got gigs, kid.
That's all I got.
You buying or not?
That's all I got, Andy. It's your
That's
turn
all you
now.
got. Oh, so
Yeah.
let me ask a real question.
Yeah.
I guess.
Those are all
Let me do my
great
job. They were great
questions.
questions.
Nicely done, Dan.
Yeah.
Thank you. Take notes, Andy.
I don't write the questions. People write them in.
Yeah, neither did I.
I don't like your sarcasm.
Is that all from your sneaker podcast?
Kicking it with
That
Dan
took so
Mahoney.
long, I lost my question.
So I gave you a 10-minute warning to get these questions ready.
I wasn't really listening to your warning. Sorry.
Now you know how
That
we
is
feel.
on me.
What's one song you want played at your funeral?
Oh,
That is also
Eye of the tiger.
I like it. Go in like you come out, go out like you came in, right?
I don't have an answer for that. I don't know. Probably Running with the Devil by Van Halen.
All right, there you go. Entrance.
That's where I'm going. Exactly. Entrance and exit. Exactly.
I was thinking maybe like Red Solo Cup.
Okay.
There you go.
Kind of fun, right?
Yeah, does everyone get a solo cup and
Yeah, as you,
Swings it
you have to
around.
walk by my casket go. That's when you get
pour
the
out a little on Carl?
No.
All right. I like
Okay,
it.
so this is from Kiana.
Keanu Reeves.
Yep.
So I was gonna say,
I'm
I
wor-
know I've been hanging out with you too much.
I'm working as an event manager as well as bartending, and we're hosting a whiskey tasting in California. We love some off the beaten path style whiskey. Call Top Shelf as long as it's good. Do you guys have any whiskey recommendations?
I know
I mean,
that Dan does.
I totally do, but it all depends if you want to have whiskey from around the world, bourbon, Irish whiskey,
Did not
Scotch.
specify.
So, I mean, you should just do. You can do American whiskey because it's Kentucky bourbon. There's bourbon from the Carolinas now. You can get the shitty New England bourbon. That's not that great, but it's still young. It's not their fault. And so you can really do that. You can try different ages. You can do scotches from 5-year-olds to 25-year-olds.
I had a single malt from Japan I got for Christmas, and it is awesome.
Yeah, scotch,
Tatum's
scotch
been
around the
talking
world.
about the.
Was
the
it called
Japanese.
Taiwan on?
Oh,
That's terrible.
Dan, which one of these nights would you go to
Still
if it was a
laughing.
certain
Fucking
bourbon
nerd.
night? Obviously, you wouldn't go to a New England bourbon
I would not
night.
go to the New England one.
Like, if you're going to this person's restaurant, what night would get you out?
I'd go to like the Kentucky bourbon ones or even a Scotch one. I haven't found a Japanese whiskey I liked, so
no?
I wouldn't really. I mean, I might though, just to try and figure something out I would like.
It's like the Japanese one that I had was almost like a Scotch. It was single malty.
And
it
I'm
was-
picky on Scotch. Like I don't
Okay.
like the smokier Scotches like that. Like I only like the Spalen Scotches.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha. Hey, ask the right guy.
yeah.
So I'm going to kind of rephrase this question a little bit because I don't feel like, since it's mostly owners and managers types here. So this one's from Amber Sirico. See, you're missing me pronouncing all these great last
No,
names.
I should have made up fake names for all my questions.
So the question is, what is your favorite place to hide from the customers? But you don't seem like guys that are going to hide from the customers. Where do you
Someone else's
where do you find your people hiding from the customers?
All right, so as employees, I think that's what the question's for, because I definitely hide, especially now more than ever. I go to another town to have a beer or
It's
something
hard,
like that.
it's hard to hide from customers when you're serving the customers.
Yeah, right. They go in the kitchen. All my employees just hide. They pretend they're having a conversation with the kitchen guys, and like
The
they take
kitchen's
extra
not that
long,
big.
Gotta go fix
right?
the
But they spend extra long like scraping their dishes and shit and hide in the kitchen. And I'm like, all right, get the fuck back out on the floor, like go. But
The only time they pre-bust their tables.
right,
Found a couple of my kitchen guys hiding in the ladies' room.
no way, really?
Yeah, I'm in there all the time, checking it out.
Right over my head.
And you saw him in there. It's weird.
Every time I go in there, there's
Where do you guys hide from your staff?
Oh, that's a good
New
one.
World
Yeah.
Tavern.
Speedwell.
British Beer Company when it was open.
See,
Mayflower Brewery.
I
post
disag-
office.
I disagree. I disagree with Carl hiding from his staff because I've been here and they've literally gone, "Can you please take Carl somewhere?"
You hear the whispers when I come in. They're like, "How long do you think he's gonna stay?"
They just try to pour you booze. So
Don't
you're
get
like,
him more.
he's
No,
gonna
they
get-
don't want him. They're like, "Don't
Oh,
give him
send
more
you-
than one. Maybe he'll just leave."
Well, when you're not here, I say, is he here? And then they list all the places you could be.
You might check down a Pillory, Speedwell.
You start at Speedwell, then go to Pillory.
You got
Yeah.
see now we're going to
And then
be
he comes
talking
back
about
up the
bitching and moaning because you come into the restaurant and you're either with a couple of friends or somebody from your family, but you just want to relax and enjoy the restaurant that you own, and you don't want to be working at that moment. But everybody comes up to you and says, "Hey, we're out of paper towels in the ladies' room. We need more takeout containers. We're out of fives. What should I do?" Give them 5 ones. I mean, but these are the questions that they come up to you, and you're like, "You guys can't figure this out on your own?"
Yeah, you can't officially punch out in your
No.
own place.
Yeah.
And when your job is done, get the fuck out of there because your job will never be done. You know,
it's almost like they feel like they have to come over and ask you a question about something.
yes, it's like damage. It's like
Yeah,
overcompensating.
they go out of their way to ask.
But when you're not here, they figure it out.
Yeah.
because they don't have a choice.
That's right.
Right.
You know,
It's fucked up.
it's this weird situation where if you're not used to the boss being there, the boss is there. Now you don't want to fuck up.
You overcompensate.
You overcompensate.
Yeah.
And the same aspect is back when I worked for a big box retail store. My boss covered multiple stores, and when he came in, he would fuck everything up to the point where he'd be like, "Can you please leave? Like, I don't need you second guessing everything." Because then he comes over, "Blah, blah, blah, it's handled. Don't worry about it. It's handled. Don't worry about it. I'll get to it." So it's like, and he's literally said to me, he's like, "Am I making things worse by being here?" I'm like, "Yeah, man. Like, go. I
Right.
got this."
Right.
You know,
And
sometimes
And when you sit in your own place, you got to sit back to the crowd, so you're not looking at everybody saying, "These people order yet? Are these people
Yep.
waiting for their food?
Right.
What's going on over
Yeah,
here?
because then
What's
you're gonna
going
be
on
like,
there?"
even
'Cause now I'm
naturally
like,
be like, "Did you get that guy?"
Right.
And they're like, "Yeah, man, I'm on
Yeah.
it." Yeah.
It's the same in the tap room for me. As you walk in, everyone wants to say hi. You know, and
Because he's such a likable guy, Jeff.
well, it's the same for you guys. Like people walk in, they want to
No one
let you
does
know
at the
they're
car.
in the restaurant.
Yeah,
and they want
right,
to say
right.
hi, and you're, you know, I regret saying this already, but I'm going to say it.
Okay.
Like you guys are the reasons you're coming in, including Carl. People are coming in to see you and
Yeah.
chat with you real quick and have a beer, and but everyone's 1 minute adds up to your
That's
whole
correct.
day.
That's the perfect
And-
answer,
and
Jeff.
you-
Yes.
You can't get away from it because
You'll never leave.
because you're running a good business and you want to say hi to everybody.
Right.
So
So you
And
got to
that happened
balance
Sunday.
it.
Me and my wife came here for Sunday, and we met some people, and then some other people came in, and then some other people came in, and some other people came in, and now it's 6 o'clock at night. You've been here drinking for 7 hours.
For 90 minutes.
The staff hates it.
Yeah, no, I kind of hide, like, especially now with like the weird rules and stuff. Like, it depresses me to have to like touch the tables and work the room the way it is now. So I just kind of hide. But it's like it's exhausting. I'm like, if there's anyone that really needs to talk to me, they know my cell phone number. They can get a hold of me. When really, like, when I first picked up at Speedwell, like I loved doing all that and socializing and all that. Now I live an hour away. Weird rules. Cap on my capacity. I'm constantly self-conscious, and like it's just not as fun right now. So
Well,
yeah,
it's also you're just having the same conversation with everyone.
How you guys
How
making
you
out?
doing?
Yeah, it's
You
true.
surviving this? What's going on? Like that's.
Like I held it together the last time someone asked me.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go fucking lock myself in the basement right now. So
That's what I do. I just compound myself down. I get all my work done down there, and
turn the lights off and sit in silence. There you go.
and
That's the best.
everyone is uncomfortable when someone stands at their table now with
Right.
all these
Oh,
rules.
yeah.
Even
Yeah.
the server. When
Yeah.
the server, we just had breakfast. Plain Jane's great spot. Sorry. But we just had breakfast, and we're like, oh wait, we got to put the mask on when the waitress comes to the table with the food, and then we got to take it off, and trying to figure out those rules. And then you want to eat, but if you came over while I was eating, I'd have to put my mask on, and Jordan, I may want to talk to you,
Right.
but I want to eat the food while it's warm too.
Right.
So I really don't want you standing there, but I do, but I don't. And
Yes.
So that now with these rules, it's just standing at the table is super awkward for everybody, I think.
I haven't been going out much, kind of sticking to takeout, and I went for ramen the other night, and I was with a friend of mine, and she took her mask off, and I looked at her, I'm like, I feel like I should be throwing Mardi Gras beads at you now.
That's pretty good.
Great one.
All right, that's last call.
Last call.
Last call is where we go around the table, and people can shout out whatever the hell they feel like. I'm going to start with Dan Mahoney, because he had such great questions.
So this
Dan Mahoney.
the Dan Mahoney episode here. Like how we did this episode, make sure you remember to keep stuff lighthearted because we're all stressed out right now.
That was actually a really.
yeah.
I don't know if that was your plan, but that was.
It was. It was because we're all stressed out. We all want to rip our hair out. I walked around 20 minutes last night, make sure I could taste things.
Oh my god, I did that last night too.
So just make sure you just take a second to breathe and enjoy something.
Go straight to the vinegar and smell the vinegar.
I tried
Really?
it all.
Is
If
Yeah.
you can't smell vinegar,
Yep.
you got a problem.
Word. Yep. So,
Bad vinegar.
It'll smell more, don't you think? Does bad vinegar smell good?
I don't know.
Is there bad vinegar?
I don't know.
I don't know. Does it
Vinegar
go?
is just already bad, right? Like it's supposed to be.
Hey, wait your turn. Go ahead.
Jordan Chabot from Speedwell Tavern.
About that vinegar. Man, I wanted to sort of go on the same note as Dan, but I would say in this time, winter's getting cold, it's getting long, and obviously a lot of people are uncomfortable dining inside. So think about takeout. Think about, don't do large home gatherings or anything like that, but take a night off from cooking. And if you got a couple extra bucks, which I think is something that isn't realistic anymore, but stimulus checks are going out, stuff like that. If that's something you're getting and you don't necessarily need it because you've been working this whole time, think about your local small business takeout. Think about your local boutique shops that are hanging on by a thread right now. Christmas season's over, they're not getting that boost. A lot of people are redeeming gift cards, which is awesome if you bought gift cards, but it's not really a source of income during the long, cold months of January and February. So think about takeout. When you get these stimulus checks, like I said, think about investing in your small business because they've invested in your community, they've invested in you.
Carl Heine, Speedwell Tavern. Not Speedwell.
What?
Where the hell are we? New World Tavern.
New World Tavern. Christ, we're in it right
Sorry,
now.
last time
Totally
I saw
higher,
you was
Carl.
Speedwell. Sorry.
No, I just want to say, like Dan says, don't take anything. It's a serious pandemic that we have going on. But when you walk into an establishment, people are trying to do the right things. If you're not feeling safe in that establishment, then don't eat in that establishment. Go somewhere else. But everybody's trying to do the right thing. The tables might be 5 feet, 8 inches away from each other and not 6. And maybe there's 7 people at a table because one's a little baby. We're all trying to do the right thing, but, massage policy with judgment. Just, everybody's trying to do the right thing. Relax.
Hell yeah.
Chef Nardone.
I'll echo Carl's thoughts actually a little bit.
I bet you never thought you'd say that.
I know, right?
You see how hard it was?
He had.
That was really hard for me to say.
It's hell. You were like, echo.
He's like, I need a shower after that.
Just on the receiving end, just understand that when you go somewhere and something isn't right, that on the receiving end are people that are working twice as hard and making less money, that are trying to tell you the rules. So just be patient. So when you go to a restaurant and you want to support somebody, just follow the rules that are in place at that particular restaurant, or that store, or if some store is making you walk down an aisle, just walk down the aisle. Stop pulling your mask down and saying this is stupid and it's all a big thing. Just follow the rules of the store. Just know that's the rules. You can't walk in there with bare feet. You have to wear a shirt. just wear your mask.
Oh, amen.
I
dude.
think Fish
Yeah.
is tearing up right now.
Yeah. Just wear your mask and stop arguing
get
with
tears
people
in his
that are
afro.
telling you to wear your mask, because I promise you one thing, if you don't wear your mask, someone's going to tell you to wear it. So if you don't wear your mask, you're picking a fight. So stop. Just
People doing
chill.
that on purpose, which
Yeah.
is unfortunate. But
And
you're
on
right.
that end, I will say, be on the lighter side, just like Dan. Let's try to think about some of the funniest things I've heard are the comedians making fun of the things going on right now. And if you're not loose enough to be able to make fun of this stuff right now, honestly, it's a perfect coping mechanism, comedy. Just relax a little bit and go for a walk outside, get some fresh air.
And if you need comedy, there's always the Inebriart Non-Essential Comedy Show that airs every 2 weeks live on Facebook.
And the Bar Talk podcast.
Oh, and the Bar Talk podcast.
We're pretty
But my plug is actually going to be, it is a tough time, and you know who your friends are. If you know friends struggle, reach out. Just check in. How you doing? I know it sucks. I'm here. It's going to be a dark winter, and just be that friendly voice. And
Hell yeah.
it's kind of a dim way to close out a fun podcast, Nan. Thank
I think
you.
it was positive.
I think it was very positive. Yeah, but I mean,
Oh, right.
no, I think it was a lot of fun.
Goal was accomplished then, Kyle.
Everybody liked it but Carl. So
Perfect.
We offered solutions, no
yeah,
problem.
that's right.
That was the most we've ever answered questions. I'm just
We were right on top with every single one of them. But so you can find us at all social medias at BarTalkCast. You can email us at bartalkcast@gmail.com with your questions, and we'll read them and sort of answer them on the air.
No, we won't.
We'll sort of, kind of. We'll read the question, and I'll screw up your name.
And we won't answer your question.
And, we'll answer the question that you didn't ask.
Correct.
And thanks again to Jeff Nardone from Mayflower Brewery.
Thanks, Jeff.
If you get
Thanks,
a chance,
Jeff.
check out some
Thanks, Jeff.
Mayflower beer. And I think that wraps it up. Did I
Leave
forget
some
it?
money on the bar for all those drinks you had.
Oh, wait, I have to leave? Can we talk more?
I think he paid for them. He said something nice about you.
It's way more painful than dropping money on the bar.
Yeah.
My stomach hurts.
And we'll catch you guys at the next show.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to today's podcast. You can find us on all social medias at Inebriart or on Instagram at Inebriart6. You can email us at inebriart@yahoo.com. And make sure you listen to the other podcasts on the Inebriart Podcast Network, including Bar Talk, Old Colony Cast, Retro Redoctopus, America's Hometown Horror Podcast, and our newest one, Theme Park Legends, a podcast about working at theme parks. What else? And we'll catch you again next time.